Well, the first thing is our intentions to start the game were try to go inside against them. And within just a few minutes, Mike Morrison has 2 fouls. And so we turned our attention to getting the ball to Ryan Pearson. And I thought he had a very good all-around game. I was pleased with the effort we got from Jonathan Arledge. He was able to come in and really scrap. He battled hard inside. But Luke did not have a point at halftime, ends up in double figures, 7 assists. Cam had a great first half. And so with a little bit of balance, we were able to have, 3 guys in double figures, and our defense was consistent enough that we didn't give them a chance to just go on a big run. There were a couple of times I thought we got a little sloppy with the ball and gave them a chance, but our defense was up to the challenge.
Right away.
I mean, like I always say, that's one great accomplishment that I was not really looking forward to, but I knew it was going to come eventually. So, I mean, I was glad that I made it, but I'm glad that we came out with the victory mainly.
Were you happy that you were able to do that at home during this 5-game homestand?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely I was glad to do it in the environment that's here. I mean, just our fans is ridiculous, and just to get the standing ovation from everybody, it was a great feeling.
Ryan, what was the key to your game tonight? Just penetrating and spinning and everything else?
It's just to be aggressive, I just try to attack the basket. I really don't know what else to say about it. Just to be aggressive, that's why I just came out, just want to be aggressive, look for scoring opportunities when I can, and that was basically it.
Your favorite basket of yours you made today?
Huh?
Do you have a favorite basket that you made today?
That spin move, man.
Yeah.
And then I'll spin move up and under everything.
Yeah.
You're going to start wearing some armor. You fell on about half of your baskets. I mean, that was rough stuff in there.
I mean, a lot of it is acting, just trying to, but just trying to concentrate and make the baskets, That's about it.
You guys 5-game homestand. Now you're on the road for 6 of the next 7. Just in preparation, you guys feel like you're in a good state right now to go on the road for this. I think it's one home game the next 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to keep working hard in practice and basically getting everybody on the same page that, hey, we would like to play the same way we play at home on the road. So we're not going to have our crowd with us. It's just going to be us out there, and we got to come together as a team and get the job done.
Jim, Luke showed a lot of flashes last year, but you couldn't always count on it. This year it looks like you can. How's he grown?
It's funny. There are basically categories in the game, and the areas that we've asked him to improve in, his three-point shooting. I thought last year he was a good three-point shooter, but he didn't look for it very often. This year he's really looking for it, and it becomes a great weapon for him and for us. We also asked him to step it up defensively, and quite honestly, I thought that was an area that still needed a lot of work, but he's really picked that area of his game up, and I think that's a dramatic improvement for us. Because now Andre Cornelius is taking defense very seriously. Cam, Luke on the perimeter working very hard. Mike and Ryan inside. And then the bench really working hard to defend when they come in. It's given us some consistency. Now, it's a greater challenge to play that kind of defense on the road. And we're going to find out what that's like during these next, I didn't think it was 5 weeks, but during these next 3 or 4 weeks.
Can you talk a little bit about Cam's legacy with this program? We've talked about his versatility before. But
I think we've had some great players during my era. There were plenty of great players before I got here. But you think of guys like George Evans and Jason Muschieri and Eric Herring, who were outstanding college players and really made a contribution, kind of built the program on their foundation. And then you had Jesse Young and John Larranaga kind of continue the tradition. And then that kind of was passed along to Jai Lewis, Will Thomas, Fowler and Campbell, Tony Skinn, Lamar Butler, John Vaughn, Dre Smith, Daryl Monroe. And Cam is just like those guys. He He wants to win. That's the single purpose when he plays. But he's also able to contribute in a lot of different ways. He can score, which everybody recognizes, but he's defending, he's rebounding, he's getting assists, he's getting steals, he's making big shots, he's making big free throws. And I was particularly pleased tonight. I thought we were a little better from the foul line. We were only 11 for 16. But I thought we were a little better tonight from the foul line than we'd been in previous games, so I was happy about that.
What would you, beyond trying to carry over that defense onto the road, like you just mentioned, what else is important, critical when you go on?
Rebounding. Like we got beat on the boards tonight.
Yeah.
And when your initial defense is good, and then the opponent gets a second shot because they're a good offensive rebounding team, and we're not as strong a defensive rebounding team as we need to be. And so they get a second shot and score that. Now they're 1 for 2. So we've got to do a much better job of defensive rebounding. We've got to have some guys who just make up their mind that defensive rebounding is their thing. And then at the offensive end, we got to get more guys going to the offensive boards, because you can see we only had 5 offensive rebounds to their 11, and that's the difference in the rebound totals.